Hello everyone, and welcome back to course CPS 101 Complex Problem Solving with Systems Thinking Tools and Techniques. The lesson topic to be covered is the basics of causal loop diagrams to understand complex problems, part 1. I am Sean Lee Monteith-Brown, your facilitator. At the end of this lesson, students should be able to analyze causality of variables and determine the behavior of the loops within a causal loop diagram. So let's get into it. Causal loop diagrams, also called feedback loops, outline how feedback is formed in a system through interconnections between variables and how they form a dynamic circular influence. Causal loop diagrams are formed when changes in one variable or stock affects the flows into or out of that same variable as shown in the image on the screen. As covered in the previous lesson, stocks are elements of a system that you can see, feel, count or measure at any given time, and they are the foundation of any system. Within a causal loop diagram, the arrow shows a causality. A variable which is at the tail of the arrow causes a change to the variable at the head of the arrow. For example, if we are to consider the operations of a clothing store, this image shows that customer satisfaction causes a change in sales. Polarity speaks to the plus and minus signs that are displayed on a causal loop diagram. Some diagrams may have the letter S for same or O for opposite. A plus sign or the letter S near the arrowhead indicates that the variable at the tail of the arrow and the variable at the head of the arrow change in the same direction. That means if customer satisfaction increases in a clothing store, then sales increase, and if customer satisfaction decreases, then sales decrease. When there is a minus sign or the letter O near the arrowhead, it indicates that the variable at the tail of the arrow and the variable at the head of the arrow change in the opposite direction. So for the clothing store, if purchasing costs increase, then profits decrease. And if purchasing costs decrease, then profits increase. Within causal loop diagrams, loops can have two types of behavior, reinforcing and balancing. In a reinforcing behavior, the letter R in the middle of the loop indicates that the loop is reinforcing a behavior in the same direction, causing either growth or decline. In diagram A for the clothing store, when customer satisfaction increases, sales increase, and when sales increase, customer satisfaction also increases. The inverse happens in diagram B. When customer satisfaction decreases, sales decrease, and when sales decrease, customer satisfaction also decreases. With a balancing behavior, the letter B is in the center of the loop and it indicates that the loop is either moving towards equilibrium, same direction, or fluctuation, opposite direction. In this diagram, you see when profit increases, purchasing increases. And when purchasing increases, profits decrease. In being a systems thinker, you not only consider how A causes B, you also consider if B influences A and how A might reinforce or reverse itself. Within causal loop diagrams, delay, shown as hash marks, represent that it takes time for the effect of a variable to play out. As shown in the image, when price increases, there is a delay for the supply of the product or service to also increase. In complex problem solving, by linking together several loops as shown in causal loop diagrams, you can create a concise story about a particular problem or issue towards solving that problem. Please remember to view the video resources and the recommended readings for this topic on your course page. For the next lesson, you'll be exposed to part 2 of this topic, where you will get a chance to design your own causal loop diagram to better explain the elements of a complex problem or issue towards developing and implementing a solution. Thank you for watching.